Okay, so we are almost approaching 2025. What are we going to do? We going to detox. Hey ladies, how are you? What is going on? I said let me come in here and have a few more conversations before we wrap up this year, because I'm just trying to get myself back into the swing of things, because I feel like I am just so rusty. But you know how when the new year comes in and everybody want to get things going, I said, you know what? Why not we just talk about it? It's some things that we need to get going ourselves. So let's talk about detoxing. I'm excited because I've never done this before. And I said, you know what? Maybe some of you might like this. I wrote down some notes because I wanted to make sure I kind of stayed on track, because I can get a little long-winded sometimes. So let's have a good conversation. So here, I just want to talk about just having a fresh start for 2025. You know, sometimes we got so much going on, and not that you have to do any cleaning out, because it's been many years where whatever I had going on in October, November, December, let alone damn near June, July, August, September, October, November, December, it gonna roll right into January, and we just gonna figure out life. But you know, sometimes when you get up there in age, you kind of have a little wiggle room to kind of get some things in order. Sometimes, because sometimes again, you don't, you know. But we're gonna talk about it. So I just want to talk about, you know, the fasting part. Like, I really thought about it. You know, let me know something that you thought about as well. You know, I just want to we just having a shooting the breeze conversation. I thought about like fasting, and fasting not just like food, you know, like going doing a fast, like fasting even like my mind, my body, everything, like, you know, doing the fasting, you know, like intermittent fasting, doing juicing, you know, all these different things. And then like my mind, like the social media, I really feel like I have been on TikTok more than I should. And I don't even mean looking. I've been doing the TikToks. I've been up there holding up my phone, talking and carrying on. You know, not that it's something bad, because if you got a good balance, it's okay. But even if it is okay, it's still good to kind of like limit and be mindful. You know, sometimes when we do like the juicing, things like that, we feel so much better on the inside. Our body flows good. We giving our bodies a break from eating like meat and things like that. Think about doing that as well, like for your mind and your body and stuff like that. So I thought about it. You know, all these different things will help with, you know, stress and anxiety, and just kind of like giving your body a fresh start, if you will. You know, because again, I've only seen the fasting part just with like doing the juicing, because I've done that before. I done like a 3-day juice. I've done a 7-day juice before, and boy, let me tell you, when it was over, I was craving a freaking burger. I will never forget that. I will never forget that. But yeah, but the next thing I want to talk about is a social cleanse. You know, social cleanse, like curating your circle. I've always mentioned like my circle now in my life is very thin. I don't have a lot of people around me, which I am totally okay with that, because by nature I am a homebody. I am a homebody. I've been an individual even when I was younger. I was a homebody. I didn't even really know I was a homebody. It was times where I want to stay home, didn't want to go out, and I went out just because the crowd went out. You know, so it feels good to be at this age and doing the things that I really just want to do and how I want to do it. But when I say social cleanse, I mean like, you know, any form of relationship, you know, if it's acquaintances, if it's your friends, if it's social media, doing a social cleanse. Sometimes, you know, we sit back and we are watching certain people on YouTube, following certain people on social media, or even having certain friend groups. Shoot, even family. Let's not forget them. You know, sometimes you have to kind of like pull yourself away from certain things. Not that you don't like anybody or anything like that. Sometimes you just move in different directions, because there's a lot of people that I grew up with, like from say my old community or like old friends, and we don't talk every day or talk like we used to. But if a conversation needs to be had, it could be had. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to just sit back and think about how you want things to be, because sometimes we don't even realize people we have in our life can definitely influence us indirectly, and we don't have any clue. Okay, so we gotta be mindful, you know. We want to make sure we don't have no drama in our life. We want to keep ourselves in positive areas. I know for me, I have been surrounding myself with some really, really powerful women. And it's amazing how I've gotten to this spot. I can't wait to get to the point where I can actually share this stuff with you guys. But I'm not at a point where I can share this. But I'm just amazed. I never would have thought in a million years that I would be amongst these amazing women. Amazing women. Yeah. And men too. I never would have thought. I never would have thought. I never would have thought. But yeah. But my next one I want to talk about is like habit tracking. Habit tracking, for success. Sometimes we don't sit back and really realize how we can do all these different things to make sure our life is in order. But if we don't sit back and really do like inventory and tracking to make sure that we are on track to do what we say we want and what we need, there's so many different ways we can track. You got online tools, you can get a journal, you could do so many different things. But it's some things that, to detox yourself, like that mindless strolling on like Instagram and TikTok. I feel like on YouTube, you don't really do mindless strolling. I feel like you're up there looking for something. You're looking for something to entertain you or find some knowledge or some value. That's in my opinion. I know when I'm on YouTube, I'm pretty much looking for value. I'm looking for things that's going to, for lack of better words, stimulate me, to make my mind think, Do I still watch vlogs and things like that? Absolutely, I do. But I'm in a point right now where I'm looking for things where it's going to help me, build wealth, financial, real estate, just little different things I'm looking towards. So my YouTube is looking different. It really is. It's looking really different. And mindfulness and health, I'm there, y'all. I still have my vlogs and stuff that I do watch, but I feel like I'm in a space where I'm removing certain things because I want to gain certain things. Sometimes you can't have it all. Sometimes you got to give up a little bit to get something, i.e. detox. And so, like I said, replacing, old habits with new ones, and getting a fitness routine and mindfulness practices, and just helping you be accountable on this little detox journey, if that makes any sense. Sometimes we have to do that. And here, a digital detox, I kind of mentioned it a little while ago, but we're just gonna talk about a little bit more. I'm not a big TV watcher. I am a YouTube watcher. Again, I will watch an hour-long vlog or an hour-long podcast. And I think I kind of got more into podcasts because now I have a podcast. So, I want to learn from the best. I want to understand interviewing techniques, picking the right questions, me learning how to manage a one-person podcast and being able to keep my audience engaged and things like that. So not only, I'm being a student as well. So, I find myself indulging in content like that. But I need to do a digital detox. I have down here like the phones, the computers, the TVs. Like sometimes we have to really remove that screen time. We really do. And I mentioned that in one of my episodes too. Like removing it. I'm patting myself on the hand because, like I said, me and TikTok, for some reason, we have just been having a good old time. I met some amazing people up there. I just don't get it. But, removing the digital clutter, I know for me, my emails is through the roof, unread. My daughter always gets on me, Ma, why you got 10,000 emails? Like on my phone, like literally 10,000. Like, why do I have that? But I have multiple emails. I have a business email, a personal email, then I have other ones. Everybody got an iCloud email, if you got an iPhone, So I have all those emails connected to my phone here. So I got different emails coming in. So I got so many unread. One day I'm going to sit down and just sit there and just do delete, 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 delete. Delete, 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 delete. I'm going to do it one year. I'm going to do it, And what else here? I mentioned the email. I got the emails here. But yeah, just pretty much trying to detoxing your life can look different. We all look at it as the major things as friends, family, job, phone, habits, fitness, because eating and things like that, because those are like the main things. But I just want to kind of conclude this because I just want to have a cute, short conversation about us entering 2025. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I sit back and think about when the year 2000 came in. Do y'all remember when it was like 1999 and then when 2000 came in? Like, do you remember exactly what you was doing when 2000 came in? Do you remember? Like, I sit back and I sit and think about who I was with. Well, with my girlfriends, of course, we had a grand old time. And, oh man, I just sit back and think. I don't know why that came to my head. I'm just sitting back thinking about, I just never would have thought that 2025 would be a thing, because we all thought when 2000 came in, what was going to happen? Was the world going to glitch? Was the clocks going to turn? What was going to happen? Us normal people, that's what we thought. That's what I thought. People had generators on standby and whatnot. No, because nobody knew what 2000 was going to happen. We didn't know. And now here we are, 2025. So now we know it's going to keep rolling, 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 rolling to 3000. Year 3000. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Do y'all remember even when like the Jetsons, we thought we were going to live like the Jetsons? Do y'all remember that? Oh God, I could talk about that all day, but I just want to come in and just talk about, doing a quick little detox before 2025, if you want to, just give you some inspiration. I'm going to definitely be doing the digital detox for sure, because I've definitely streamlined a lot of things when it comes to like my content creation and being on so many platforms and just trying to stretch myself so thin and do so much. It's just going to be so simple. I'm just going to focus on one thing, and which is this good old podcast. So I just want to say thank you, ladies. I truly appreciate you, and I can't wait till 2025 gets in so we can definitely embark on, a new journey and just bring it on in and just have some new perspective on life and be gentle on ourselves and prioritizing self-care and making sure our cup is full. So in saying all that, I will catch you in the next episode, and I want to say Happy New Year, and I will see you in the new year. Bye, y'all.